What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I am your host, Tom Dark, and Loli. It's a subject that I talk about from time to time. Some of you guys probably know I'm not a huge fan of the Loli fan base, the Loli fandom, the Loli community, if you will. I find them to be weirdos, but I don't go out of my way to shit on them because there is some level of moral grandstanding that goes on with the subject where people feel like they are like some wise crusader for finding it disgusting. In actuality, no. If you have any sense of normalcy or like any morality to you at all, you should probably find it to be kind of gross. But I digress. This video is not the Loli hate video, okay? In fact, this video is kind of, I don't know, talking about something that involves the word Loli, but in actuality is kind of innocent, as far as I can tell anyway. Recently, a tweet caught my attention, reading, "The metaverse already has a police department. The Loli Police Department is a law enforcement agency that prowls the various worlds of the VR chat platform, which has an average of 20,000 concurrent users at any time." And this tweet chain goes on to elaborate on the subject. Now, Input Magazine is kind of an interesting publication itself. I have sourced them in videos before, such as when I did a long video on my main channel about hypnotist Sappho, and they put out some interesting articles as well from time to time on like internet culture stuff. I do enjoy them when they come across my radar, and today I thought it would be an interesting and perhaps funny exercise, perhaps somewhat keck, to go through this article and see what they have to say about the Loli Police Department. I don't play VR chat, nor do I have any desire to right now. I also am not really in like the anime weeb community who would like know a lot about this Loli shit. So this will kind of be diving into a world I'm not totally familiar with, a world I don't completely understand. But hey, maybe this will be cool and enthralling. Maybe it will draw me in. Maybe there will be some interesting content and interactions going on here. And if there's not, if it's just some really stupid shit or something that I want to make fun of, then well, all the better. So let's get into this article from Input Magazine and see what they have to say. He and his pals froze at the sight of the group, clad in uniforms and brandishing guns. The LPD had come to the spa to arrest a wanted criminal, and the person in question wasn't going down without a fight. Before Jura had time to react, he was witnessing a hostage situation. The criminal grabbed an innocent bystander and started making demands to negotiate his escape. Suddenly, shots rang out, and an LPD officer hit the ground. The police team called for backup, and shortly thereafter, the LPD's SWAT team stormed the building. Eventually, the hostage was freed, and the criminal was taken to jail. Jura thought what had happened was hilarious. After all, the whole thing was a roleplay, and the criminal was in on the game. The LPD is a fake law enforcement agency that prowls the various worlds of the VR chat platform, which has an average of 20,000 concurrent users at any given time. So from what I've read so far, it doesn't seem like this really has anything to do with like the Loli thing, like that whole side of the internet, apart from the name itself, of course. I don't really know, but it's basically just like a cop roleplay where they put on anime girl skins with police uniforms and pretend to be cops. And I don't think VR chat is even like a game. It's not like there's like guns or anything that you're like shooting people with. It's just like role-playing the entire thing, which is kind of funny. I don't know, like so far it seems pretty harmless. The idea of having a mock police department within virtual reality is actually kind of cool, kind of wholesome, to be honest, kind of a wholesome chungus. Just some boys sitting back after work and pretending to be police officers. So yeah, I mean, so far seems fine to me. It doesn't seem like anything super weird or off. There are now nearly 11,000 members on the LPD Discord. The group, which gets its name from Lolis, the young-looking anime girl avatars members use, is the most prominent police roleplay group in VR chat. The tightly run community allows members to experience a fantasy version of police life and prides itself on being a source of chaotic good in the strange world of virtual reality. Whoever wrote this article has got to fix these spelling mistakes. Firstly, I corrected them when I was reading it, but the repetition of the twice is kind of awkward. Editors, turn on spell check, please, I beg you. Okay, I'll stop being gay. Let's read more. The department began in 2018 as a joke among friends. At the time, too many people were using Ugandan Knuckles, a tiny red character from the Sonic franchise, as their avatar, a trend that everyone in the VR world found super annoying. According to a former LPD captain, a 20-year-old who lives in Iceland and studies computer science. So the original LPD staff used to go around trying to arrest those people. Cleaning up the streets of the Ugandan Knuckles, I see, very nice. I mean, given the riots over the last year, that kind of makes sense. Like, I get why these riots happen now. The LPD was spending their time arresting innocent Ugandan men all over VR chat, just based on the red color of their Knuckles skin. They decided to round them up and oppress them. Not looking so wholesome anymore, LPD, are ya? not so nice and neutral. Racism truly is everywhere online. This is the end of the alt-right pipeline, okay? This is the end of the pipeline. I actually remember when the Ugandan Knuckles meme first happened, everyone was talking about it, and this cool hip teacher I had in high school was explaining to the class how it was based off of an ethnic caricature and it was really racist or something. And I kind of came to the realization after a long time of thinking about it, I was like, God damn, I guess this guy is right. But it was still pretty funny, so I kept spamming it, and probably would to this day. Despite the power dynamics at play, LPD members are not moderators of the VR world and ultimately can't make much in the way of real change. One of our new officers came to me upset because they stepped in when they saw harassment, but they got the brunt of the attack from the harasser, says Carrot. I commended him, but it's not what we do. We're just trying to have fun. So usually when we encounter something like that, we just leave the world. I'm just imagining being mean to someone in VR chat. You find the cringiest, most awful furry avatar on the map. Just the most degenerate person you can find on the server. You approach them and you start making fun of them with the usual insults, okay? You poke some fun at them. Maybe you open a screen recorder so you can make some money off of it on youtube.com. Certainly not something I would frown upon. And then behind you, you hear, hey man, you stop that right now. Stop right there, you bully. In the name of the Loli law. And you turn around and there's this adult man virtually cosplaying as a preteen girl behind you in a police uniform, telling you to stop harassing people, to stop being a cyber bully in VR chat. Shouldn't you be in the 3rd grade right now? But real talk, this is good. This is kind of funny. They just kind of leave when it turns into any form of serious thing. They're not trying to be actual internet jannies. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of spurgs in a video game. There's no real law enforcement to be done anyway. So it's good that they're not taking it too seriously, treating themselves like a real online police department, because as weird as that sounds, there definitely are some autists out there that would do that. And according to some members of the LPD who talked with the author of this article, there have also been some real-world skills that they acquired through the group, through just spending time on this shit. One man talks about how his social skills improved a lot and he was able to make a lot more friends online because of his time in these servers, just from interacting with so many random people, I guess. And another person says that because of the 3D modeling work they did for the group, they were also able to get a job doing some 3D design because of the portfolio developed from the LPD. I don't know if that's real, but if it is, then honestly good for them. Glad they managed to find some value out of taking part in the Loli Police Department. I don't know if there's an intrinsically weird aspect to this group that was not covered in this article. I'm not super well versed in anime and weeb culture, so I just wouldn't really know, but from everything I read here, it seems pretty harmless. Good for them for having some fun, I guess. Alrighty, that about wraps up this video. I'm not going to read the entire article, but if you guys want to read more of it, then it's pretty easy to look up. If you guys liked the video, then be sure to leave a like. If you disliked it, then be sure to leave a dislike. And drop a comment down below with your thoughts on all of this, letting me know what you think about what I talked about. Maybe some of you are involved in the LPD and have some interesting stories about it. Or maybe you have some criticisms of them. Maybe you gotta own them, okay? Be sure to subscribe to join the Tom Dark Nation if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video real soon. Bye.